Welcome, everybody, to What's Your Bacon? It's 7 Questions. We are Bacon My Podcast. This is the show where we get a guest. We get someone to come on. Sometimes it's a band. Sometimes it's comedians. It's a creative, somebody with an interesting story. And we bring them on the show, and we figure out in just 7 questions what their bacon is.
Yeah.
Today, we have Pittsburgh, PA punk group Old Neon. Their new EP, Resolution, is coming out May 23rd. You can check out Nobody's Burden now on all streaming platforms. You can catch them live at the Launch Music Conference in Lancaster, April 17th through the 20th, and definitely follow their socials.
It's Lancaster.
Is it?
Is that true? I didn't know that either.
I don't know.
Is that
I don't
true?
know. I just hear people say that all the time.
We're gonna have to. We'll go to the comments to let.
We'll have to go to the Pennsylvanians.
Generally,
Yeah.
pronunciation wise, you're spot on.
I'm usually
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
We're from New York. We're Long Island, New York.
Oh, so maybe you are closer to quote Lancaster.
I was told by several Canadians how proud they were that they were like, "Wow, you say Toronto instead of Toronto," because that's kind of how they say it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they
I didn't know that
too.
either.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
yeah. Don't ask me about Minneapolis.
Indianapolis. Welcome, Sean and Zach from Old Neon. How
Thank you.
guys doing?
Thank you. I'm doing
Hello.
great. How are you?
We're doing good. For the people that aren't watching and that are just listening in their cars, if each of you want to just say your name, say what you do in the band, and that way they can kind of connect to a voice.
Yeah, my name is Sean Michael. I started the band. I play the bass. I used to play the guitar. I write some of the songs.
I am Zach. I am the intern, the whipping boy. I play drums sometimes whenever it's not being done for me by a laptop.
Very nice.
I got to tell you, Steven Slate drummer is probably one of my favorite drummers because they never talk back to you.
It's a really good drummer.
No, they're never off time.
Never off time. Never.
Unless you
No.
make them that way.
Yeah, and then
You
it's
got to
on
create
you.
a little bit of push and pull, you know?
Now I got to ask, guys, what's up with big timing us today and making us wait 15, 20 minutes?
We are just
like you're
assholes. Yeah, we are total assholes. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I was telling everyone before we got in, I was like looking at my phone all day because this is a work day for me and it's our release day. And I was like really big, like super diligent and cognizant earlier in the day. But then of course, like I went to make lunch and then I got a phone call and I fucked it up, man. I don't know. Can I say fuck?
You just did.
You just did.
There we
It's
go.
all good.
Yeah.
So they were
It's
good.
all good.
What'd you have for lunch?
Just like that's the funny thing is it wasn't even like a particularly enjoyable thing. It was like tuna with like crackers because I was trying to just get something quick, thinking surely I will need to be available for this podcast at some point.
Honestly, it's okay. I'm not offended by it because my father missed my birth because my grandmother was like, she's going to be a while before he gets there. Why don't you have a tuna fish sandwich before you leave for the hospital?
I was trying to, right now it's just like, what's the connection here? What are we?
Yeah.
And it's the tuna fish.
Tuna fish.
All right.
Tuna fish.
Tuna will just fuck you up in such a way that you forget all time and all constructs of.
Tuna makes you late, man.
Yeah, all the time. What can I say?
It's the Mercury.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably
It
the
is.
Mercury.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
It's in retrograde.
You have to get through like an entire like Mercury trip before you can come back down,
Yes.
establish your
Absolutely.
surroundings.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Zach,
So
what'd you have for lunch, bud?
I haven't.
Yeah, we don't let him eat.
Yeah.
He
This
doesn't
is
get one.
actually, this is Sean's basement. I stay down here, and occasionally a bowl is placed at the top of the steps, and
Not
it's
today.
usually, not today, not today.
Gruel, leftover scrambled eggs, and water
Mhm.
to make it last.
Yeah, and Sean has a cat, and so sometimes, like if he's low on groceries, I just get some of the cat food.
And today I was gonna set the tuna juice down for him, but the cat actually took it, so that's
there you
why.
go.
okay.
Zach didn't
Zach,
get a
you're
lunch.
third. You're third on the
Third on the totem pole.
Sure. He knows.
That's so kind.
That's
that you
a very,
that high.
right, just
Yeah,
a
it's
very
very
generous assessment.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, so what we've done is we've lovingly distilled the meaning of not just life, but literally everything into just 7 questions. And what these 7 questions are going to do is going to mine your heart piece. It's going to get you thinking a little bit.
You're going to go spelunking into the cockles of your brain balls.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to allow the consumers of Bacon is My Podcast to get to know you and your innards much better.
Yeah. Nooks and crannies.
Mm-hmm. So if you guys are ready.
Approximately how many nooks are we talking here?
How many crannies do you have?
Ugh.
I mean, and this is also
Every
our
cranny
show,
gets
so
2
we ask
nooks.
the questions here,
Every
buddy.
cranny gets 2 nooks.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Is that the ratio?
Sure,
2 nooks to a cranny?
maybe.
That sounds
I'll
about
allow
right. That actually sounds right.
It's scientific.
Yeah.
You heard it on the internet. That means it's true.
It's got to be true. It's got to be true. All right, so you starting this, or am I starting?
I'll start this.
Okay.
I'll start this. We're gonna do this old school.
Oh, this is the old. Okay.
All right. So question number one. Question number 1, guys. How many pillows is too many?
I think 2 for me.
Okay. Sean says 2.
Yeah.
Sean says 2.
Are we talking like per bed, per person? Are we talking about too many decorative pillows? I hate too many decorative pillows. I
We're
think
with
they're
you
so
on that,
stupid.
man.
I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of any decorative pillows, to be honest.
Yeah.
Unless they're
Zero
also
decorative.
functional.
Right.
They have to be
Yeah,
functional too.
I think
Yeah,
one
the pillow
functional
is a
pillow
function thing.
is the appropriate amount.
Interesting.
All right.
I say any more than 2. I sleep with 2.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Paraplegic needs 5. Just fun fact for everybody.
Yes.
No more than 5.
Duh.
Yeah.
That would be fanatic.
Is it because of an elevation thing? Like, do they have to elevate
Yes.
limbs? Oh,
Yep.
I see.
Different elevations?
Okay. All right.
Fun facts.
Yeah.
Question number 2: what is the perfect pizza order?
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
You go first.
I just like, this is gonna be bland, and I understand that, but I just will crush a pepperoni pizza. Just nothing else, nothing crazy. Just cheese, pepperoni, and sauce.
Nice.
Can't hate on that.
I'm kind of the same mind. That pepperoni or like a good like margarita pizza. Like if it's a good pizza, it doesn't need to be much more. There's a lot you can do that is still good that is more, but like if it's good, like it just needs, a few ingredients.
I won't eat olives, and that's a big point of contention with my partner and I. Do you guys eat olives?
Some people love, some people hate.
He's not into them. I am.
Yeah.
Not a fan
Weird
of
thing.
olives.
I'm like salty grapes. It's a texture
Yeah,
thing.
I don't like them. I don't know why.
That's okay. It's okay. I won't hold it against you.
Thank you.
But we definitely, we've talked before. We definitely agree that like if it's one of the ways to judge a pizza place, right?
Mhm.
Is on their margarita or their plain slice.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because if you have that, it's pretty perfect, and then anything you add on it is just awesome,
Mhm.
right? But you can paint a trash can gold, but it's still trash.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you're just dressing up a turd.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, but once you got a good one, throw it all on.
Yeah.
I agree.
Staying in food for one more question here.
What I like about this is that they actually kind of live together. They're in
Yeah.
a similar domicile.
Yeah. That's
So this could split this house
This could
apart.
Break the house in two.
Mhm.
I'm not allowed to disagree.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
We'll see. True or false question. Cereal is a soup.
See, I disagree with that, but I understand why you would say yes.
It's not a soup to me either. Yeah.
Defend your
Wait, hold on.
There's milk involved. Like what milk
Well, there's-
isn't a broth. It's coming out of a cow.
There's
you
definitely
know?
cream in other soups, though.
Cream-based broth?
Potato soup.
Yeah.
man. You use cream in that.
Right.
Chowder.
So,
Yeah.
it's definitely possible. But I
I'm
guess
gonna go make chicken noodle soup with milk as the broth.
See,
Well,
now
there's
that's where
there's
we're
off.
creamy
You're
chicken
making-
noodle,
There's creamy
There you
chicken
go.
noodle, yeah.
cream of broccoli.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's the thing, though: is any soup cold? Do they serve?
Gotcha.
They do. Okay. Oh, this is a tough one. You're kind of pulling me over to the soup side. I'm still going to go with no, because there's a cognitive dissonance happening within me that will not allow it to be soup.
You can't argue with those things. If your body won't let you do it.
That's
yeah,
it. Exactly it.
Right. If you're having this
Because everything
visceral,
you're
like,
saying sounds right, but my body just
Yeah.
won't let me do it.
yeah, if you're having this like visceral gag reflex where you're just like soup,
But
Yeah.
technically, cream-based broth, wheat or rice-based.
Yeah,
noodle.
you're totally right. You're totally right.
It
Sometimes a
reminds
marshmallow.
me. It reminds me of a quote that I heard. I don't
That's
know where
enough,
it
Zach.
came from. Okay. we can move on to the next one.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I did that entirely for the
Go on. Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know. The quote: "Knowledge is knowing that tomato is a fruit, but wisdom is not putting tomato in a fruit salad." I'm getting kind of this. I'm getting the same kind of vibe.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Whenever we
like
talk
that
about
quote.
cereal versus soup.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a great quote,
That's
by
a
the
great
way.
quote.
Yeah.
What a wise man.
Not bad for a drummer.
Not bad at all for a
Never made it as a wise man. What?
And you ruined it.
What?
Right.
It's with all the Nickelback.
You
hate.
can go ahead and log off, Jack.
Nickelback hate is like pineapple on pizza. Everybody actually likes it. They just don't like to say so.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Valid.
Exactly. All right. Question number 4. Gift cards. Lame gift idea or great gift idea?
You may be asking the wrong person here, because I would actually prefer a gift card, simply
Same.
because I do not want to be left up to the decision making of others, especially because I found over time, having many relationships and many family members in life give me many presents that, like, I would really like. My taste is a little more specific than they might think, and I would really probably just rather spend it on a thing that I actually want, rather than wear an ugly pair of jeans for a year and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Rocking that caution tape guitar strap.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's such a great pull, because that's something that I think any musician who plays an instrument with a strap can relate to.
Yes.
Yes.
Because those are objectively hideous,
Yes.
but it's something that, like, a really cheesy family member would consider
a
to be a bit,
non-musician will look at that and be like,
And-
"Ooh, that's edgy."
and think it's clever as well. Oh, what a clever idea. And it's not clever, Grandma. I fucking
No.
hate it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's also the lightning bolt one too.
Sit down, Rose. That's a bad choice.
Yeah. Lightning bolt's bad. There's a lot of terrible straps, honestly.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah.
some.
I don't want another
band.
band's name on a strap either. I don't want to
yeah.
rocking my Pink Floyd strap while I'm on stage.
The Dark Side of the Moon one. I've seen a lot of those.
I've seen that a lot. I work at a school of rock, so I see a lot of those. A lot of those are going around. A lot
Those
of
are
lightning
just
bolts. Lightning
bad
bolts are all
gifts.
over the place.
And the
Yeah.
kids are probably just as disappointed as we would be.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah.
There's only one person that can do the lightning bolt one, and that is Rivers Cuomo.
Okay.
Does he do it? I guess so.
Yeah.
But that's like on purpose.
Exactly.
Like, look how dumb this is.
Yeah, exactly.
He could probably do caution tape too.
If the guy from
Maybe.
Cheap Trick did it, I guess I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
So he could, he could probably do it for sure. Zach, what about you, man?
It depends. I don't have a strong feeling on it. It's like I like to try whenever I'm giving gifts. I like to try and be thoughtful and come up with something unique. And sometimes I've been buying for the same people mostly for a long time, like my dad, brother, mom. And it's like I've run out of ideas, and so sometimes the gift card comes in clutch. I mean, in kind of like Sean said, for folks who don't know like music related stuff, and I can't they can't trust themselves to pick out something that is the right thing. And so I'll take a gift card happily. I don't, whatever works. I like to try to give good gifts, but also I don't give a single shit about receiving any.
Right.
So like,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's because 3 years ago we've stopped permitting you to receive them.
Yeah. Yeah.
My partner
nice-
demands personal gifts, which is very anxiety inducing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that becomes
like
fun.
she would be disappointed if I didn't have at least one gift on like a birthday or a holiday that was like some inside joke from a year and a half ago that I don't even remember. So like I have to. What I've started doing is
Your
keeping a
notes are
notes
all-
app. Yeah,
That's
that's
say,
what
yeah.
I started doing. Yeah.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's a really good. I do that too. Like anytime she says something she likes, I'll be like, just kind of jot that down, and then like some holiday will come up, and I'll scroll through.
Yeah.
I know that's what she does too. That's how I got the idea.
Yeah. And it's funny that Zach like was saying, yeah, like I can only imagine what people would be like going, okay, I'm gonna get something drum for him
Right.
because it's either costs a fortune
Right.
or
Yep.
you don't want it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I think
found
anything cheap.
this- I found this Wuhan on clearance. Here
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, that's like I don't really do much else outside of music, and so like whenever my girlfriend is buying me gifts, it's like she's like, I need you to give me ideas because otherwise, she's gonna walk into a Guitar Center and see a wall full of cymbals, and who knows, right?
Lost.
So that's exactly, yeah.
Here's a brick of sticks.
She gets you
That's
like
expensive now too.
the
That's a
cheapest
great deal.
set of like Zildjian.
Yeah, the ZBTs.
Yeah, the TBT
Yeah.
is perfect.
Yeah.
It's that
The-
where somebody gets you the quiet symbols, and you're like, "Are you trying to say something?" What's
And the answer is yes.
Felts.
yes,
Here's
yes.
a bunch of felts.
The answer
Moon
is
gels.
Yeah.
you're bad at drums.
And that's what Slate's for.
I got
Yep.
you a whole set of symbols on Temu.
Oh, what a nightmare
Yep.
that would be.
Hold on. I haven't bought any. I'm not going to advocate for Temu, but there are some people who have bought those and like they put them on the internet, and some of them don't sound bad.
Really?
Like they're actually not terrible.
Hmm.
Whenever I have like $150 burning a hole in my pocket, I'm gonna order a set of them. I've decided because
Nice.
I'm just so curious as to if that person got lucky, and I'm gonna
Right.
just get like
Right.
sheet metal discs or something made of plastic, or if it's something that like is not terrible. I'm so curious.
As long as you get one that gives you that trash can or like Thunder Maker sound,
Yeah. Okay.
it's unique enough to where like, I'll use this once, and you'll have it.
Yeah, and $150 for a usable cymbal. That's a cheap cymbal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear God, they're so goddamn expensive. I hate it.
Instead of getting a whole set that fits in the palm of your hand. All right, question number 5 here. What number is Mike thinking of?
Ooh, is there a given range? Or
No.
is it like 0 to
All the
infinity?
numbers. I mean, technically, there's only.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say. Oh, so it's like 0 to 9.
No,
Or-
it's any. It's any. I was saying there's
Okay.
only 9 actual numbers. Right?
Sure,
You
sure.
can just put them together in different ways.
Yeah.
I'm going to work under the assumption that this is a trick to get me to go high, but I'm gonna say 6.
Zach?
I'm going to work under the assumption that this is to make me say something silly. So I'm going to say 420.
Both wrong. Question number 6. What is your go-to jukebox pick?
We don't get to learn.
No, that
we
wasn't.
we asked the question, Zach. Remember we covered that
God
earlier.
damn it. You're right. I'm so sorry.
It was very clear in the outline of the.
Yeah. Yeah, I fucked up.
Go to jukebox. So I have to ask: is it like an old timey
Nope.
jukebox?
Nope,
Oh,
you
shit.
don't.
I
You don't
guess
have.
We'll set
Idiot.
we'll
You
set the
goddamn
table.
idiot.
Set the scene.
We'll allow this to be dealer's choice. But
Yes.
here's another scene, right? You walk into an establishment, be it a bar or a restaurant or just a hangout spot, and there's a jukebox with anything your heart
Okay.
desires on it.
Perfect.
Are you gonna go in there and like feel out the room, feel the vibe, and be like, let's keep this going? Or are you gonna go,
No.
let's ruin this and find some friends?
No, because I assume any bar that I walk into will be the jukebox will be controlled by idiots, and so I will put on "Low Tide" by the Wonder Years.
Oh, I like that.
I would take no consideration for any vibe. If I am selecting a song on the jukebox, that means I get to dictate it. And the vibe that I would dictate would be "Strokin'" by Clarence Carter.
I knew you were going to say that.
Nice.
Both good choices.
Yeah.
Very different too.
Yeah, they're very
I'd
different.
like to hear those back to back.
They're not as abrasive though as one would think. Because you guys are like, this is like a boner. This is a boner in the vibe. It's like, no, these would still go. They still slap.
Did you say it's a boner in the vibe?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's a shirt idea. It's a shirt idea.
I like that.
"Strokin'" by Clarence Carter would absolutely produce a boner for the vibe.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put a boner in this vibe.
It's this point where I wish I could ask questions because I have so very many.
Sean, everybody gets one.
Permission granted.
So when you say boner in the vibe, like what were you trying to capture there?
I'm like the same thing.
I don't know.
That just came out.
That just came out.
He just opened his mouth and out
Yeah.
it came.
Yeah, out it came.
Okay.
I listen. I can pronounce cities. I come up with dumb sayings.
Well, there's two different things though, because like you could have an unwanted boner in the vibe,
Exactly.
right? Or you could
Hopefully
have a welcome boner in the vibe,
A welcome boner in the vibe. Yeah, that's where the
right?
the
Like
stroking would come
this
from.
is an unwanted boner in this vibe. Like is a
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah, that's a thing.
It's getting dicey.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know what that means,
I don't
but
either.
put it on a shirt. Let's
You
see.
got it.
Let's see where it goes.
See where it goes. All right.
What if this
Over
were
here.
your moment and we don't know because we're in it right now,
Right.
but you release that shirt next week and you sell 10 billion?
It'll probably sell just as well as the rest of them.
It probably will.
Yeah. None.
All of your shirts are selling at 10 billion.
None.
You'd be surprised. We've sold a few.
Yeah, we sold a few.
Beveragespodcast.com. Go check it out.
Yeah, let's get that. Let's get those.
Fashion section.
Let's get those merch numbers up for Boner in the Vibe tees.
You know, I thought the New York hardcore one would like go because it's an awesome one.
I thought the Beware the Thesaurus would
Yeah,
do well.
yeah.
I had a big dinosaur with
Theosaurus.
a book.
Sure.
I like that.
I feel like for a Long Island based podcast, not to negate the humor of the dinosaur, but it feels like New York City hardcore is pretty prevalent in Long Island.
Yeah, I thought that one would go well.
It is. It is. Yeah, especially because the Long Island hardcore kids erased the NY and put LI because they're edgy like that.
Oh,
And-
sure.
And that's like the same thing.
You're gonna cut themselves on all that edge.
Pigs.
Gotta be
Oh, yeah.
careful. Gotta be careful.
We have come to question number 7.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was fast.
All right, we are here, and the show is called "What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions."
Yes.
Right. The "What's Your Bacon" part of it is what we find out
Coming up next.
after the 7 questions. So we've been getting to know you so far. So here's where I want you to kind of go back a little bit, reach into the heart of a younger Sean and a younger Zach,
Mhm.
maybe before interning and supreme mastering. Right, back when you were a child with untouched, unjaded
Dreams.
hope.
Yeah. Right. Any dreams whatsoever?
You haven't been beaten down by this world.
Yeah.
Right,
Still full of whimsy.
taught to live in fear. before that, we want to get into that person, that little door in the heart, and find out, guys, how do you feel about garden gnomes?
I think if under the right circumstance, when you walk up to somebody's front door, it can be a nice little greeter. I've got no problem.
Zach?
Man, what an objectively not I can't say it. What a weird fucking choice of something to decorate one's lawn or garden with.
What's better? What is better?
Like who had the idea?
It has
to
to be
make
based in. It has to be based in some sort of lore.
I imagine so. I find it to be rather odd.
Like, why do Catholics put those statues in their yard? Like, it's the same thing. It's just based
What
on
statues do they put in their yard?
Saint someone in the corner of your yard.
Oh.
It's like good luck for your house,
Right.
or whatever. And it means
Yeah.
nothing, obviously. Sorry, Catholics. But
I believe in the gnome more than I do the other stuff. So
yeah, so it's like it's
Hell yeah.
probably some sort of old folklore that just became a good luck charm in some way. And then like whatever, I'm trying to think of who was around back then, like Kmart or Sears or someone decided to make a quick buck, and here we are,
I guess what doesn't line up for me is that for the Catholics, it makes entire sense. It's like, they belief system. This is a thing in your belief system. Right. It's going to help you. What's the gnome religion?
Well, it's probably lost to time. It's probably not a religion, but it's probably like a good look. It's like gremlins in your airplane or whatever. Like we don't still talk about it, but it was definitely.
I think that was snakes. I think that was snakes on the airplane.
You're thinking of a different thing. I'm actually thinking of like old time lore.
Yeah,
you're thinking of a more credible thing, probably.
Yes.
Yes. It was
get these motherfucking gremlins off this motherfucking plane.
The days of ye old Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
He is pretty fucking old, so I guess you couldn't put. He's got to be in his 80s, right? So he may have been the gremlin guy.
He could have been the gremlin.
That's a great question.
There's no way to verify that he wasn't the gremlin guy.
There's no way to verify. They also sell
you can't prove it.
that look like gremlins from the Gremlins movies now.
Yes,
which is pretty
interesting.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
But it's probably an old Nordic tradition of something to do. Maybe they were even like mini little scarecrows.
Mm-hmm.
Like that idea or something.
Warding off
evil spirits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up once we're done because
So,
I'm genuinely curious as to how stupid I just sounded.
no dumber than
you're only worried about yourself.
I just said boner in the vibe. Believe me, you're all right.
Yeah, but that's gonna sell 10 billion shirts.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get laughed at by Big Gnome.
Big Gnome's gonna shut you down. Is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get censored.
Zach's gonna get missing tonight.
We do recommend heavily anybody that tours with these guys or plays with them. Sneak a little gnome in Zach's gear bag just so he finds it, and then he'll remember.
You could also do a gnome shirt. Now that I think of it, that would be a good shirt.
Did we have one?
We put gnomes on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
and we have gnome bands.
We've known bands, yes.
Many bands.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a fun tour prank. Just throw it on their pedal board before they start playing. Just same spot every night. They sell little ones on Amazon that are just very, very easy to.
It's just unnerving. You're just what?
Yeah.
I mess with Zach every chance I get, so I'm sure this will be no exception.
That's fantastic.
Excellent. That's great.
Yeah,
we've gotten a lot of weird different answers to that question too. So it always brings us into much conversation.
I don't think because of Sean's pro gnome stance,
right?
Zach kind of danced around the fact that he was like, F that.
That he's anti.
Yeah.
No, I got that. I definitely took that.
He never officially said it.
Also, Sean is more pro gnome than he even said, because did you notice that the octave of his voice when he first started talking about it?
That's true.
At least two.
You caught me.
How do you
Yeah,
feel
you got
about gnome?
excited.
He's like, big. And that's how you can judge excitement,
Yes.
right? His heart.
You're gonna mute that little giggle, right? The giggle.
The
I don't
giggle
want-
stay. The giggle.
I don't want that on.
Amazing. So, so we've made it to the end of the 7 questions,
Yeah,
but
we've all
we
got to
do
know each
have
other. We've not got to know each other a little bit here.
we do want to know what we like to call, we use bacon in Bacon Is My Podcast, is basically a metaphor. Like bacon enhances everything. You know, you put it on your burger, put it on.
Oh, sure, that's a good point. I was actually trying to think of what bacon would enhance.
Oh, your
But-
burger,
Anything
your
goes.
breakfast.
I don't eat much bacon. I'm not a bacon person.
That's
All right.
here's where the metaphor kicks in.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So I'm going to take for granted that you can understand the point that we're making.
I'm very stupid. Just please spell it out as plainly as you possibly can.
So bacon makes a thing better than it was before you added bacon. Metaphorically, in your life, what could that be for you? Some people are like, I couldn't get through a day without music, or I couldn't get through my job without knowing that I've got a game to go to, or I read comics to escape, or I play video games, or I go for walks. What's that thing that's in your life that just enhances it, that makes it better, that makes it easier to deal with things, that like maybe it's not the absolute be all end all of what you got going on, but man, it helps, and it's great that you have it.
And
you
shut your brain off for a little bit.
What is your bacon?
I think I would have to say that my partner is my bacon.
Nice.
She enhances the experience of living. And yeah, it's just like, I don't think I would be as kind of like even keeled without her to like, whether it be like play devil's advocate or like bounce other ideas through my enormously thick skull. So she's definitely like a good counterbalance to because I'm very Tony Soprano energy, where like I will hear a thing and then I will start to freak out. There is no filter, and oftentimes she is the person who's like, right, but like, what if it wasn't a big deal that somebody had their turn signal on first and took the spot that you saw from 6 blocks away and had planned to also take? What if you didn't throw a Molotov cocktail at their car?
Right.
What if you didn't brandish a firearm in that situation? And I think that has really helped me to become a more like rounded person.
Nice.
Maybe kept you out of jail.
Yeah.
On more than one occasion, I'm sure.
I will say though, I really thought you were going to say, what if that person didn't leave their turn signal on while driving 6 miles in front of you? And I was going to be like, that is a big deal.
Yeah.
Molotov, totally reasonable.
At mile 2, he would be wishing death upon them.
Oh, not
Fiery death.
Not even death. Just things that would make them want to die.
Yeah, I tend to get very like insanely angry when people do things that seem careless or selfish, or especially in like public spaces where you would hope that people would consider other people. But then I realized, like, if I really critically think, I probably do most of those same things myself. And I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just like in that moment, you're just like, I've got to make this U-turn, or I've got to make this quick left or whatever and cut off these 7 cars. And I am, obviously no better, but sometimes like I will see the thing and just, it's all downhill.
Do you put your shopping carts into the shopping cart return area?
Of course.
Okay.
Did you ever see that?
You are.
Yeah. Did you see that? Have you guys seen that show on, I think it's TikTok, of the guys who, like, if they don't put their cart back, they'll like put a little magnet on their car that says, I didn't return my cart or whatever. Have you
No.
heard of that? Yeah,
No.
and
That's
it's
incredible.
and people flip out, and I don't know, I don't know why, because they know that they're wrong,
Right.
and they know they're being very passively called out for being wrong,
Right.
and instead of taking that information and being like, oh, this was like a dumb thing that happened, what a stupid moment, they threaten the guys, and one time they had a gun pulled on them, and it was like,
oh wow.
is it really could you really just have not just acknowledged
I'm
for
gonna
one
shoot
second?
you for giving me a free magnet. That's funny.
Right. It's people are crazy. And I think that in the face of the fact that that's what most of us are dealing with, who can think hopefully on a level that would return a shopping cart.
Right.
But knowing that the average person thinks on this level where instead of simply returning the cart, they would rather get in a full-blown gunfight because they couldn't handle the fact that someone had corrected their poor behavior. It fills me with rage sometimes, and I do freak out from time to time. But Amy has really helped me, because I can't freak out on someone with her in the car, because that's not acceptable.
Right.
And that will just scare her.
Right.
And so, given that we are together most of the time, she's definitely, I feel, has kept me out of jail.
I like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. Zach, what's your bacon?
The easy answer would be music.
Wow, not Bailey, huh?
Well,
I'm going to send this to her.
that's
It's weird that I gave the right answer and you gave the wrong answer.
Isn't that weird? I think that's weird.
I mean, I will say,
I want to record this. Can we just start over? Go ahead. I had answered Amy is my bacon. What was your answer, Zach? Go on. You just go right ahead.
Waffles.
Of course, my girlfriend Bailey delights me, and I love her with all my heart. And we talk every day. It's
Bailey,
also a bit different.
That's not what she said, Bailey.
It's also a bit different because Bailey and I don't live together yet, like you and Amy do. And so but that'll hopefully be happening soon. But yeah, easy answer would be music.
Not after this podcast, it won't be.
Yeah. Every single day for at least some amount of time, I'm doing something related to music, whether it's listening or playing. But I guess on a more day-to-day real level of the small things that enhance my life and make my day. I'm goofy probably, but if I have something tasty to drink, like a kombucha or a tea or a nice mix of juices into an elixir or a really great coffee, just makes my entire day. Awesome. Someone could pull their gun on me because I put a magnet on their car, and I'll be like, well, I have really tasty soda, so who's really winning?
Right.
When you were gearing up for that answer, Zach, and you said I'm goofy, I thought you were going to say SSRIs.
I
did
not say SSRI.
I like the beverage thing. I think people sleep on having good beverages. I think a good beverage does change your mood.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also one for I love Scotch as well. And so if I get to have just a nice little bit of a Speyside Scotch at the end of the day while I just mindlessly scroll or watch a movie or something, it's the only way to wind down. It's good stuff.
It's the little things.
I like it.
It's the little things.
Yeah.
You brought up kombucha. Don't sleep on. I don't know if you guys have Stop and Shops there.
I've never even heard of it.
No. All right. It's a grocery store. It's in the New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania area, but it obviously doesn't go out to you guys. But they have some pretty awesome kombucha, and it's only $3 a bottle.
Like store brand?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Which is $3 a bottle, and sometimes it's on sale. You could buy 2 for $4 or whatever.
So when you guys are in Lancaster on the April 17th to 20th to be on the Launch Music Festival, and everybody's going to be there, they can bring you gift cards for local grocery stores, and you guys can go to Stop and Shop and get some kombuchas.
If we stay, there's already been some unrest about it being WrestleMania weekend.
From you only.
Yeah.
Yes, from you only.
Right, but if I don't want to do it, then none of us can do it. That's what you're not understanding.
Zach, do you understand
WrestleMania weekend
what's happening right now?
John
Cena's a heel.
I'm gonna
John
piss
Cena.
everyone off. I'm gonna piss
John
everyone off.
Cena's
I do not fuck with wrestling at all. I'm so sorry.
Well, I don't fuck with you, and that's why you were stuck in the basement for the next 9 months.
Yeah.
The door's now locked. Here's your assignment. WrestleMania is 1 through 17.
You can only come up. You can only come up during Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that's actually, thinking about that, I've definitely played shows during WrestleMania, but I've always done it begrudgingly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have a long history, unfortunately. We played a show the night of the Rumble this year, and I had to leave the minute the show was over. I actually forced another local band to have a party at his house after the show so that I could go to his house, which was nearby the venue, and watch the Royal Rumble. And then we just had a show the night of Elimination Chamber. So every fucking time there's a pay-per-view, one of these jerks says, "Oh, well, this is a big opportunity. We need to play for all this opportunity bucks." And we can't, and then I can't watch wrestling. It's bullshit.
It's exposure bucks, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
and
sorry.
that is the most lucrative
That's what I pay
currency there is.
That's what I pay my Peacock subscription with exposure. Exposure bucks.
Yeah, the exposure bucks are definitely.
It's so frustrating. I just want to watch wrestling.
Well,
These guys
they
let me.
they used to be on Sundays, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Right.
That's all weekend.
Right.
But now it's a 3-night, 4-night extravaganza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was AEW that fucked it up because they were like, "Well, we're gonna do Saturdays," and then to not be outdone, WWE was like, "Well, we're gonna make sure less people buy yours, and now we're gonna have them on Saturday."
Yeah.
And now we're in this like endless circle jerk of billionaires.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Not unlike the United States government.
So Zach, just don't.
Unwelcome boner in the VOD.
An unwelcome boner in the vibe. Now we know what it means.
Now we know what it means.
Wow.
That's called full circle. So Zach,
Joe.
just don't book shows.
Callback in the biz.
Whoever's in charge of booking shows for you guys, just let them know. Don't do a night that wrestling's
Shut
on.
up.
It's him.
Wrestling's only on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sometimes, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday.
Right.
So
that's why we need to break up so that I can catch up on wrestling.
There you go.
Booking these.
Yeah.
I'm booking some of them. I'm not booking all of them.
Understood.
From now on, I'm keeping the calendar in front of me.
And also keep in mind that as Sean's captive, who is trapped in his basement, the only amount of joy I ever get to experience is whenever he gets to experience some degree of suffering.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start booking shows on every wrestling thing, whatever those are. I gotta learn. I don't know.
You're gonna make Zach start to really learn when wrestling events are.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to make Zach a fan. He's going to have to start watching wrestling to know when he can fuck me over.
It's not going to happen.
He'll go deep on it. He'll be like,
Never
this storyline's going to end at this pay-per-view? Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Show book.
Oh, look. There's an opening at a VFW. Let's do it.
This has been a 2-year storyline. Well,
Do you guys still have VFW shows? We don't really have them anymore.
They just started back up like recently.
Yeah.
We just
slowly started to come
they're
back,
slowly,
which is
but
awesome,
and it's all younger bands. Like when we were doing VFW halls, it was like
When
So-
I was a kid, they were rampant, and now
yeah.
they're completely obsolete.
Well, that's because there were some Moshin kids that they're like, oh, now we need insurance and this and that, and it's like,
Oh, is there truth to that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were asking.
It makes sense.
They were asking DIY promoters to
To
do
carry
things that were
liability insurance.
out of their depth. Yeah,
Sure.
We need a certain amount of liability insurance and event
Right.
insurance and all that stuff, and they're all like, dude, I asked kids for $10 at the door. Like,
Yeah,
You-
of
you
course.
charge me $400 for the night, I make $600, and you get 4 of that. So.
And oftentimes, I mean, at least back when I was like frequenting them as a youth, it was often the kids running the shows. So like, how do you get a 16-year-old coverage for,
Right.
It's not gonna
for
happen.
damages? Right.
Yeah, but yeah,
Now all ages shows are either house parties or they're at like a local bar, but on a Sunday afternoon, and
yeah,
all the booze is covered up with a tarp.
yeah.
Because I worked a couple of those, and they were like,
Yeah.
"You're only serving water today," and I was like, "Why am I here?
Yeah. Why be there at all?
Anyone can do this."
See, I guess maybe New York's more stringent, but in PA, you can actually have a bar show with, and it be all ages as long as the kids have like X's on their hands or whatever.
Sometimes you can, but it depends on who it's booked through.
I got
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be like the School of Rock that I work at. We do all ages shows, obviously,
Mhm.
but then like we're booking it through the school, and then it's okay because then
Sure.
they're like, oh, all the parents are going to be there.
Right.
But it's when you're going to have it's if it's like a local, that kind of vibe where the kids are running it and all the bands are underage and all the fans are underage and everything. They're like,
Yeah, it's probably not even worth it at that point.
no, then they're just like charge
Are there-
$8 for a soda.
We have a yearly Halloween show, and the first one they threw 2 kids out for having alcohol because it was at a bar / venue,
Mhm.
and I thought, like, the owner of the club was in the room, and I thought, oh, this is it for us. We've just gotten blackballed in
Right.
Pittsburgh, but they didn't even give a fuck. They were just like, honestly, if that's the worst thing that happens tonight, you guys did pretty good. It's like, all right, sick.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that is awesome.
That's awesome. So guys, before we head out, and besides possibly playing WrestleMania weekend or playing without Sean, what other shows you got? What else you got going on? I know that the new EP is coming out. I might have heard it.
Mhm.
It may be really good.
Yep.
But what else
Who
you guys
can
have
say?
going on?
We're doing a little I don't want to call it a tour, like an extended weekender in May, where we're going from Philly, Pittsburgh, Columbus down into Kentucky. So that'll be fun. We're doing that with a Float, who's like a Philly band. And then
Floating
Mudwhale,
mud whale.
who's
Yeah.
Ohioans.
Nice.
And then we're going to be the day before that launch thing in April. We're going to do Lansdale. Have you guys ever been to Lansdale?
No, where is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. A gentleman. It's up near New York, but it's like above Philly somewhere.
It's like a suburb of Philly.
And a gentleman reached out to us and was like, "Would you like to play in Lansdale?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I would."
Is there a wrestling pay-per-view?
Well, it's the 17th, so it's kind of
so
like
you're good.
it's like before WrestleMania weekend.
Might be WrestleMania, some sort of like replay show or something that they
Or like-
buy.
Do they still do the NXT one on Friday and then do the show on Saturday? Is that still a thing?
I think the NXT is on Saturday during the day.
Okay, that's what it was last year too. I remember that.
Um,
Okay, so I'll
but
be
yeah.
fine. I'll be good
Excellent.
for Friday.
Awesome.
So those shows, and what are all the? Where can everybody find everything to do with?
We are at Old Neon Music on everything. So we made it very simple. Even our website is just oldneonmusic.com. So
Sweet. Awesome. Go check out the new single, Nobody's Burden. Check out the new EP. It's coming out May 23rd.
It's good.
It's great.
Energetic. It's in your face. It's bouncy. It's got hooks. It's got all the things that you want when you listen to something fun.
Hell yeah.
So go check it
hell
out.
yeah.
Listen to it. Check out the band. Check out all their music. Go see them live. Follow
Yeah.
them. Find all the things. Bring them gnomes. Give them gift cards for give them gas cards.
Gas cards.
Gift cards for gas, or
They'll never turn that down.
definitely do that.
Yes. And always remember one super important question to ask yourselves every single day.
All you listeners out there, remember to ask yourselves every day, right? We all need to pick me up. We all need something that's going to make our day a little bit better. Life is tough right now. The world's a little weird right now, and we need to remind ourselves every day that it can get better and that there are good things. So remember to ask yourselves every day, what's that thing for you that makes your life a little better? What's that thing that can be added to your day, that can be a topping, side, or main course that can just improve and make everything a little bit gooder?
Yeah, some zazz. You guys remember what that question is?
What is your bacon?
Yes.
What's your bacon?
Find that bacon.